Look at this, a clean modern website with motion that actually feels alive. Smooth parallax layers, great features, and a layout that flows like it was crafted by a full design team. Your website gets judged in milliseconds. And most websites either function well or look good, but rarely both. And you've probably seen on X people claiming Gemini 3 built these stunning animated websites. But let's be real, most of those are professional designs marketed as AI for engagement. So instead of chasing fake examples, I'm showing you something that's actually feasible. A simple, clean, genuine parallax animation you can build right now using Google's free AI tools. There are no fake demos and there's no secret design team. And here's the entire workflow. I'm using Google Whisk with Nano Banana to generate all the visual layers that you can see on the website. And Google Flow adds the motion. And finally, lovable.dev turns everything into a real responsive parallax website that moves as you scroll. And by the end of this video, you'll know exactly how to build a modern animated site that's clean, fast, and professional using AI tools that anyone can access for free today. And when it comes to modern websites, aesthetics aren't just decorations. They shape perception, trust, and how long users stay on your website. Animations, smooth transitions, parallax depth, layered motion, all makes a site feel premium and alive. But in the past, building this was very painful. You needed design expertise, front-end coding skills, and countless hours of tuning just to make animations look clean. Creating something modern and intentional could take days or weeks. But now it's totally different. With Google AI tools like Whisk, Nano Banana, Flow, and lovable.dev, creating high-end animated websites is dramatically easier. These tools generate your visuals, create motion graphics, and assemble parallax-ready layouts, all without biting code. What used to take a full design and dev workflow can now be built in hours with professional results. And for the ultimate payoff, later you'll see how lovable.dev prototypes your app and how we swap placeholder images for your custom AI-generated assets. And this is the moment your site truly comes alive. So for this example, I decided to build a website from LaCroix sodas. I love the branding, I love the colors, and it's a product that I actually consume myself and absolutely love it. But before we can jump into the build, here's a simple workflow for creating an animated website with parallax motion. Step 1, Nano Banana generates the first and last frame of your visuals. Step 2, Google Whisk takes over, using those two frames as visual anchors, defining the look, the tone, and the direction of the entire animation. And everything that follows is built from these two reference points. Step 3, we take those frames and put them into Google Flow to generate the actual animation. Flow creates the motion between the two frames, adding subtle depth, movement, and transitions that make the design feel alive. And this is where the website starts to gain that smooth, modern, animated feel. And step 4, once the animation is ready, we move into lovable.dev to build the website itself. This is where we structure the page, set the scrolling behavior, and apply the parallax effect. Your visual motions, layout, all comes together into a clean, responsive site that feels premium from the first scroll. So the workflow is pretty straightforward. It's Google Whisk with Nano Banana for the frames, Flow for the animation, and lovable.dev for the parallax website. It's a simple, fast process that produces a high-end animated site without any complexity. And now that the workflow is clear, here's how we're putting it into action. I'm building a modern animated soda website from scratch using clean visuals, structured layout, and smooth motion to make everything feel polished and intentional. And by the end of this build, you won't just have one website. You'll have a repeatable method for creating clean animated sites that look premium from the first scroll. So we start by building a clean, modern, aesthetic website from scratch. And before we touch layouts, typography, or even animation, we need one thing most people skip, and that's a clear visual direction. Because most people struggle to make websites look good because they jump straight into building without deciding the vibe first. So in this first step, we're using Nano Banana inside Google Whisk to define the visual foundation of our site. Think of this step like choosing the color tone and lighting before a photo shoot. And if you get this right, everything else becomes easy. So I'm inside of Google Whisk, and this is where we use Nano Banana to generate the image assets we'll animate later. And I've got the prompt document open. So this contains the guide for the visuals that we want. And if you want a copy of this prompt, check out the link in my video description for all the details. So here we grab the starting frame prompt, which defines the base style, lighting, mood, and composition that the entire site will follow. Copy and paste this entire block inside of Google Whisk. And next, we'll upload the LaCroix reference image. So all I did was I went on the official website and I took a screenshot of each of the products. And for this example, I'm using passion fruit, mango, and apricot. The reference image gives Nano Banana a clear direction, helping it stay consistent in colors, texture, and modern product style visuals. Hit enter, and the model generates our first batch of assets. So you can see I've got passion fruit, mango, and apricot. So copy and paste this prompt for each of the 3 products. As the images load on screen, we're checking for the things that matter in aesthetic design. So that's clean lighting, balanced spacing, clear focal points, and soft modern color tones. And once these results look aligned with our intended vibe, we simply download the images. And these will become the basis of of our motion assets and page visuals later in the build. Next, we'll do the same for our end frame images. So open the prompt document, copy the end frame prompt and paste it inside of Nano Banana. Just make sure where it says ingredient, you replace it for your product. So for our website, we'll use 3 flavors. So let's generate the rest of our product images. And once it's done, you'll have something like this. And yeah, I think you agree, Nano Banana has done an excellent job. This is exactly the vibe that I'm looking for. And now we have the first building blocks of our aesthetic website. A clean visual direction and set of consistent on-brand image assets. Next, we'll take these visuals and turn them into real structure on the page. And this is where the whole site starts taking shape. We're locked in the look and the feel of our site. Now it's time to bring those visuals to life. Because great design isn't just how something looks, it's how it moves. And right now, our images are completely static. And the next step is where we start shaping the movement. We're going to be using Google Flow, and we're going to be using specifically frame to video mode. And think of this like taking your mood board and turning it into your first sketch in motion. So open Google Flow and start a fresh project. And then once it loads, you'll see a scene builder. This is our workspace. Below the canvas, here's the prompt box. And next to it is our generation mode. It starts in text to video by default. We'll switch this to frames to video. And now we upload the image sequence, the starting frame and the end frame. And this helps the animation to flow in the right order. Next, we open up our prompt document again and copy the motion prompt and paste this into the prompt box. This tells Flow how the animation should behave. Smooth pacing, subtle transitions, and a modern premium feel. It's applying our style guide to movement. Then we hit enter and let Flow process the animation. And once it's done, you'll see something like this. Pretty damn good, right? So once it's done, we preview the 2 versions that Flow gives us. And here we're looking for visual qualities that match our site's direction. So we want smooth motion, clear transitions, no distracting artifacts, and consistent lighting with the original frames. And when you find the version that feels just right, download it. And now we have our animated assets. The same look and feel we designed earlier, but now with moving purpose. This gives our website that polished, premium energy that we're looking for. But before we can use these videos on our website, we must turn them into WebP assets. Why? Because this is what adds interactivity to our video. As visitors scroll through our website while keeping the lightweight enough to load quickly. And turning videos into WebP is simple and quick. We don't need a specific tool for this. We'll just use a website called EasyGIF. First, upload the video we generated inside of Google Flow. And all you need to do is to make sure that the start time and end time cover the entire video. And for my example, it's 8 seconds. Then set the size to original and choose the closest frame rate to the native FPS shown by EasyGIF. And I've set that to 20 because the source video is 24. The method is FFmpeg. Quality, I've left it as 85. And the loop count is set to 0, which means it'll loop forever. And this is a sweet spot, not low quality. And the file size is not as big as when it's maxed out, but lightweight enough for all browsers. And as you can see, this is how the final output looks. The quality is lower than the original video, but for simplicity, we'll use this without upscaling so we can quickly proceed to the most important step, and that's creating the website. And now that we have all the necessary assets, it's time for the final step, turning all of that design direction into a real website. Because at the end of the day, beautiful ideas don't mean much until they become real structure on the page. And this is where lovable.dev comes in. This is the moment we start shaping the actual layout. It's like taking over your mood board and turning it into the first sketch on the canvas. So head over to lovable.dev. This is the builder that transforms our design direction into a functioning website. Visually, this is the bridge where colors, spacing, imagery, and layout begin to take shape into real code. But remember, we don't need to write any of that code because we're going to be using prompts. So open up the prompt document again, and this time we want the premium parallax website prompt. Copy all of this block and paste it into the prompt box. And this prompt carries all the visual decisions that we made earlier, pulling our style guide, colors, motion, and vibe directly into the build phase. This ensures the site feels consistent, clean, and intentional. Press enter, and lovable.dev starts analyzing the prompt. It looks for design directions, inputs, outputs, navigation, and basically everything that you see on this website. And this will take a few minutes. For me, it took anywhere between 20 to 30 minutes just to get the initial draft because my parallax prompt is quite extensive. And once it's done, you can then click on prototype this app. I've skipped all that because I'm recording a video, but once you're happy, lovable.dev begins writing every line of code for your website. And visually, this is where spacing rules, structure, and component layouts all come together behind the scenes. And when the prototype is ready, we can preview it. And this is what it looks like. We have all 3 products. We've got product information, ingredients, and what I like about this prompt is that it's very dynamic. So depending on the color of the product I select, it will actually change the color of the entire website. So at the moment it's pink because I selected the passion fruit flavor. It's got testimonials, questions, and if I had even more time and more credits inside of lovable.dev, I could make this even better. But I want to show you what's possible with completely free tools in under 3 hours. And when you're happy, you can click on publish, and this is what the website looks like. It fully aligns with our design direction. It's a clean layout with consistent visuals, balanced spacing, and a modern look that feels intentional from top to bottom. So in conclusion, what you're seeing now is a complete aesthetic website. The images we generated, the animation we created, and the modern layout generated from our style guide, all brought together in a clean functional site. And you've just seen how easy it is to build a modern animated website using today's free Google AI tools and lovable.dev. And even with Lovable, I built this entire site using their free credits. And effects that used to take weeks of design and coding can now be done in hours with a simple, repeatable workflow. And once you understand the flow, frames, motion, parallax, you can build websites that feel intentional, premium, and alive. And if you want to keep going and learn how to build professional websites and full apps with AI, join our private community called the Automation Kings. It's a place where builders and founders share ideas, learn from project breakdowns, and grow together through real AI website and web app builds. The link is in the description. Follow the instructions, and I'll see you on the inside. And thank you so much if you made it this far. See you when the next video drops.